dreams. The future is built on dreams. Autobots, transform and roll out!
Greetings, Earthlings, and welcome to Hollywood Toys, the only place where you can live the movies. I'm your host, Magic Mike, and welcome to the channel, where I do travel and entertainment vlogs, where I cover theme parks, comic and horror cons, movies, celebrities, action figures, video games, and so much more. And I also have some pretty cool action figure and movie merch as well. So be sure to subscribe to the channel as well as hit that notification bell so that you won't miss out on any future videos or future lives or new product releases. And now it's magic time. All right, we are back on another glorious, beautiful day in the world of Hollywood toys. And I invite all to come join me, and thanks to all who come join me. How is everybody doing today? All right. Must say hello to all my friends out there. Yakov, Exhumed Visions, Gothic King Cobra, BPM, Tokyo. All right. Yes. So, today, we're going to be doing a label and ship stream. I also have some fantastic, exciting news for you as well. So, as always, thanks for all the support and kind and loving words from all you guys out there. So, here we are. All right. Yak says to smash that like button, make it wish it was never programmed. I agree. And Vision says, wow, and mein Gott. Yo, BPM. Badass intro, Mike. Thank you very much. It's what I obsess over. Yeah. Yep. So today, kind of a bit ahead of schedule. As I already printed and cut out my labels. So there'll be no on-camera freakouts over any mistakes. Everything's all set to go and taken care of. I made sure to make sure I didn't have any double orders on any of the orders, unlike the past couple times. So that's another good thing about doing these lives, is helping to remind me to check these things. So yeah. Tokyo says, everyone blocked me, I guess. I can only see BPM. I'm sorry about that. What's up, y'all? Why you blocking Tokes? So we'll get started on that, and I'll get into some of the good news, some of the updates, get everybody caught up on everything. BPM says it's the same for me, Tokes, only you and Jen. Hey, Jenny! How's it going? Here we go. So we'll start with the little one, because I also need the other tape, the thin tape. Give me, and there it is. All right. So our first one will be labeling is going out to Jason T. And better be here. There it is. Jason T in Shire Manstown, Pennsylvania, of all places. Pretty cool, man. All right, so wait till more people show up, but we could dive into business. You know what I'm saying? Much love to everyone out there for tuning in. It'll only get better. It really will. Okay. Yeah. Heck of a busy week, of course. Still working on editing that vlog, so of course, as with these things, I'll get that done by tomorrow. 4 days later, finally gets done. So the plan is to do a vlog premiere stream once I get done with the vlog. Yeah. Okay. Got that. Oh, dang it. What the heck? There we go. Guess that'll sort of. Just like that. One down into the box. And we're doing great on time, so I wanted to get the labels printed and done out of the way, so there wouldn't be as much dead time, and I could focus more on the couple things that I wanted to talk about and share with you guys. So the first order of business is this. I think fourth, fifth week in a row. Um, so in fact, let's double check what happened last Saturday. Let's see. Okay. So, the week before last, when I weighed myself, I weighed in at 132.8. This past Saturday, down to 132 pounds even. So we are still making progress and still going down in weight. So much progress. But even better than that, as I've said before, I've been doing this weight loss thing since 2017 because I have a whole separate weight loss documentary note, just to make things easier and make me be able to find it easier. But that's when I started and gone up and down throughout the years. When I started recording my weight, I was at 158, but I'm pretty sure that was when I first got a weight scale. But before that, I'm pretty sure I was in the mid 160s at one point. So the last recorded weight after I got a scale was 158 pounds with a 38-inch gut. So the lowest I ever got down to was 134, like 3 or 4 or 5 years ago. That was the lowest I've ever been up until that point since my early 20s. So not only am I consistently losing the weight, I'm the lowest I've ever been since I started this weight loss journey back in 2017. So yeah, it's amazing how just cutting out that sugar has uh, really helped. And I think I can also safely say that I've gotten rid of the sugar addiction as well, because now it's been, I think, at this point, almost over a month since I've had any kind of sugar cravings or thought about it or had a craving for those M&Ms or peanut butter or whatever it is. Um, although um, last weekend I had a day where when I woke up, I just had that feeling I'm pretty sure we've all had it where it felt like I haven't eaten in days. Like the hunger was just like boom, like out of nowhere. Completely unusual because even right before I ready to eat for the day, I'm not like ravenously hungry. I'm just like I'm kind of hungry and I just kind of eat and but it's not like, oh, I can't wait to get to that meal, you know. So I can only hope that in a way it's the body like saying or probably thinking, oh, he'll break at some point. He'll give us some of that sugar that we want so bad. So we'll let him think he's beating this sugar thing, and then but then after so many weeks, the body's now like, oh crap, guys, he is dead serious. He's not giving us any more sugar. So hopefully that's the body's way of like one last attempt at trying to like get me to get back to where I was. But even on that day, even though I was just hungry all day and uh, I didn't binge eat, but I ate a little bit more than I normally would have to satisfy the hunger, which it did. But at least it's still there was no sugar cravings. It was just I just wanted to eat just regular food. And that was last weekend. So um, is that a lot of weight to lose in that amount of time? I don't know. Because I started in 2017 and then I got down over a matter of a year and a half, down to like 134. But then I gained all the weight back too. And I got back up to the 150s, one high 150s. Then I came back down again. And then over the past 2 or 3 years, I've been floating anywhere between like the high 130s and the low 140s, up and down, up and down, up and down. But now, since I've cut the sugar, I think and combined with, intermittent fasting and only eating once a day, certain days, or one time a day, and now completely cutting the sugar, I think, it's all coming together and finally mastering this diet that's going to let me, lose the rest of the weight. So that's that. Which today's episode is brought to you by Liquid Splenda. 0-calorie liquid sweetener. So, for all of you health conscious people out there or want to lose weight yourself, maybe you're diabetic or you're borderline diabetic, consider trying this instead of real sugar. You would be amazed, at the result and, how good of a substitute this can be. It can be life-saving. Even though it's not the healthiest thing in the world, it still has chemicals. You want to use it in moderation, but compared to regular sugar, it's definitely the lesser of two evils and doesn't spike blood sugar and have, in other words, like there might be 2 or 3 negative things about this, whereas regular sugar has many, 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 many more negative things about it, so especially if you drink coffee, if you, or anything like that, consider this because also keep in mind if you use a creamer or milk in your coffee that there's also sugar in the milk. It's like sugar is really it's everywhere and just relentless and won't leave us alone. I know. So let's which which is next? What are next? Oh, John A. Another set of Chucky batteries. And it says, right? One is going to Dice Head Games. And I'm not seeing this name, but I'm also seeing another label that has a crazy name on it. Integrity Hearing Solutions. I was hoping I wouldn't have to go in and check. So let's see here. Put a quick little check over here. All right. Well, thanks for the 9 likes that we got so far. We got 5 watching. Not too bad. Uh, make sure not to tune the station. So, what do we got? What do we got? Uh, Hoarders. Not hoarders. Oh, is that no? That's okay. View order details. Is that who this is? Shipping. Yep, that's who that is. So this one is going out to John A. of Integrity Hearing Solutions, where you can go and get hearing solutions. All right, all right. Ah, okay. So, once again, hello to all of my Hollywood ladies out there and all of my Hollywood boys. Thanks for joining me here today. And shout out to everyone that will watch later that can't tune in right now. I think of you all. Live or not live. All right, 2 down and 11 to go. Oh, yeah. We are making progress. All right, so we're going to do this one. It's going out to David T. Okay. David T. Right there. David T. in Champlin, Minnesota. Yeah, that. There we go. All right. So have y'all been seeing what's been going around about Jim Carrey not being Jim Carrey? One more down. Okay, we wanted to get all of the flat stuff done out the way first so that we'd be left with just our tubey tubes. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Oh man. Next is an empty tube that I didn't put anything in yet. Let's see what we got in this one. This one's going to Chris F. in Dallas, Texas, where my cousin Donna's from. Oh, yeah. Here we go. That's like that. Bam, bam. So yeah, so at this rate, I always like to think of everything in terms of worst case scenario, because I know like just because I lose 2 pounds or 2 pounds and a half one week doesn't mean I won't stay the same or even gain a little bit back the next. 2 pounds one week, a half a pound another, 1 pound and a half another. So I'm just kind of assuming and basing the timeline on assuming that I'm going to be losing an average of, let's say, a pound a week. And I'm hoping like the sooner the better. I won't have to go that much further before I'll start seeing a completely flat stomach. Because I wish, but I don't. I wish I knew. I don't remember like the exact weight that I was at, before I gained the weight. But I hope it is the 120s. If I have to go below that, I'm going to be really disappointed. Where's my fixation of weight loss come from? Well, as I've explained in other lives, I've been skinny my whole life, had the same frame my whole life, and it was either a blessing or a curse that I could eat as much as I want, whatever I want, and not have to worry about gaining any extra weight or fat. So, I had no reason at that point to be health conscious, or especially when you're younger, you don't care about that kind of stuff, and I'll worry about that later as we get older. Um, but then and then, of course, I would want to gain weight, because I was so skinny and hope one day I would fill out, but that just never happened. And I just accepted that, well, this is my body type. It could be worse, but it is what it is. But then somewhere in my early 20s, probably 20 to 21, out of nowhere, boom, I just gained this massive gut down there. And I'm like, where in the heck did that come from? But um but it was at a point where I was like, didn't care enough to say, okay, what can I do about it? How can I get rid of it? Whatever. So that obviously told me that whatever fat I do gain, it's just going to go pretty much all to one place. Um, and then, so it wasn't until 2017 that I decided, you know what? I'm sick of this gut. What can I do to get rid of it and get rid of this weight that wasn't there to begin with? Because I just want to get back to the way I looked when I was in my early 20s, late teens. I had no problem with that. So that's when I started the weight loss journey and started doing research and started learning about counting calories and this, that, and the other. And so that's kind of where it all came from, because I figured I'm going to be skinny regardless. So if I have a choice between being a skinny pregnant man or just a skinny man, I'll choose skinny man. So that's where we're at. So that's all I want to do is get back down to where I was before I gained the gut and the weight to begin with. As a Hollywood boy, should I be on a weight loss journey also? I don't know. That's up to you. If you're happy with your weight now, then obviously no. But if you're like me and maybe you have a bit of a gut and you want to get rid of it, then you could do that. And I'm going to be, offering my tips and advice on things that I've been doing and have done for any of the success that I've had. Toke says, I only eat fermented soybeans and seaweed. Oh, that sounds delicious. So I hope that my target weight will be no more than 125 pounds. Like once I reach there and we don't see the gut anymore, I'll be truly happy. But like I said, I wish I remembered what my average weight was back then because it was so long ago. So even at 125 and I've gained up to 165 at one point, that means I've put on 40 pounds over the years. And of course, like I said, it just so happened to happen around the point of I've always drank soda, but it was that time when I started drinking Mountain Dew, one of the most awful high sugar and caffeine drinks you could ever have. So I'm pretty sure that had a lot to do with it. Okay, this one is going to Eric V in Waterville, New York. Awesomeness. Um, but yeah, I'll just to get down to the 120s period. Um, so if you think about it, I'm only 3 pounds away from being in my 120s, and if I make it there, that'll be the first time ever I've been in my 120s again since my early 20s. Yeah. So let's say 10 weeks, not 10 weeks, but let's say if it's 125 and I do consistently lose an average of a pound a week, that should put me 7 weeks away from reaching that goal. And doing the chocolate donut live stream, celebratory live stream, Zach, in my opinion, you're skinny AF. Are you saying that about me and Zach? I know I'm skinny AF, minus the gut that we're trying to get rid of. And Zach also has a skinny frame, but he also has a bit of a gut. But he drinks a lot of sugar in his coffees. So hopefully we can steer him in the right direction, Zach. Get him to maybe figure out ways to at least start to cut the sugar. Who knows? I want us all to live long and help healthy lives. Jenny says a grown man being 120 pounds is kind of sad unless you were Fear's height. Well, why is that? It's just a number. I'm going to look the same minus the gut. So, do you think it's better to stay in the 140s and 150s and just have this huge gut? You know what I mean? I think you might have the body dysmorphia. I mean, I don't think so. You could be right. I just don't want to look pregnant anymore. If you call that dysmorphia, then I guess so. Yeah, sugar drinks are killing folks. Oh, I know. Tell me about it. Shout out to the Mike Master, Mike, and chat. God bless y'all. Thank you, Yagov. Zach has moobs. That's way worse than a belly. Oh, I have a bit of, small little boobies, but maybe those will disappear too over time. So it's trading one evil for another. Being between 130 and 150 pounds and having a gut, or not having the gut and being super low in weight. Oh. And then not just for getting rid of a gut, but just health in general. Kind of not forcing me, but helping me to figure out a more of a long-term, healthier diet that I can eat for the rest of my life and extend my life compared to how awful, absolutely awful I used to eat before I started becoming health conscious before 2017. So there's multiple benefits aside from just losing a gut. There's the benefit of cutting soda uh, and not wanting or having to drink soda ever again, cutting caffeine, uh, cutting high sodium, and all those things that just leads to high blood pressure, that leads to diabetes. So I would imagine if I wasn't health conscious and I didn't try and lose weight at all and just kept eating the way I've always eaten, I wouldn't be surprised if I would get up to 180, maybe even close to 200 pounds, as well as probably become diabetic had I not, you know, figured out how to eat healthier overall. So it's not just to lose the weight, it's also just to be healthier in general and not have or try to prevent heart disease and high blood pressure and diabetes, and all that stuff. Jenny says being healthy is all that matters, not looks. That's true. But why not have both? Being healthier, that will lead to better looks. A double, you get two for the price of one. You know what I'm saying? Two birds stoned at once. Oh, yeah. All right. It's another one down for Chris E. Going to Lutz, Florida. Not that far from Orlando. Okay, so we're down to. All right. Almost there with these. Going to another one with the different name than what the order shows for the person that ordered it to. This is the Dice Head Games in Cleveland, Tennessee. So, uh, the hey, where did? Okay, what just happened? Yeah. Oh, there was a name, but is it the same? Does it match the? Ah, got it. But just in case, we'll put that off to the side and make sure we put on all the other labels on it first. All right. All right, I appreciate the 11 likes. And thanks for everyone out there watching and joining me here today on this label and ship stream. Telling y'all the good news, doing good on the weight loss. Although I know it's inevitable. At some point, I'm going to get to a week where I'm going to be the same or even a little bit more. But, that, so I'm kind of expecting that. But as long as it's like going down more than up, I'm pretty sure it's going to whatever. But then, kind of like a stock graph where it's not going to be going up, up, up. It'll go up a lot, but then drop a little bit, but then go up more. And then, you know what I'm trying to say. So I certainly won't let that discourage me. That's for sure. Oh, okay. I swear I know what I'm doing. Okay. So this one going to Daniel W. in good old Newton Highlands, Massachusetts. Hello, Massachusetts. That's what it's all about. All right. Down to the last few. Okay. Do I like MMA? You mean the fighting stuff? Not really. Oh, oh. Mm. This one's going to Sean P. in Chisago City, Minnesota. Yep. How's everyone out there? Have I put anyone to sleep yet? Okay. Oh. Last three. This one's going to Chris F. in Fayetteville, WV. What in the is WV? Wisconsin, Wyoming. Okay, has a V in it. All right. All right. Down to the last two. This one is going to Raymond W. in Roseville, Missouri or Michigan. One of those two. I'm pretty sure it'll find its way like it does every day. Oh yeah. Raymond. Weather lady. So I would say another hey handsome, hey juicy. Thanks for joining me here today. Doing another label and package stream, as well as telling everyone the good news that yet another week with more weight loss down to 132 pounds. So we're almost there and just weeks away from doing a celebratory chocolate donut stream. Hope y'all can make it. Last one. Okay. That. Once we get oh, that is the last one. Ah! All right. One. Oops. I didn't completely remember the name. Oh well, I can scratch that out. So nobody gets confused, including me. Alright. We'll just use a Sharpie. Alright, we just need a quick bathroom break, and then I'll be right back with y'all in a second. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back in a couple seconds here. You know what I mean? Yeah. Sorry about that, folks. So here we are. So today's main topic of discussion is doing a 24-hour live stream. Something that you guys brought up and suggested in one of the lives from earlier. So after thinking about it, I figured out how I can actually pull it off. So I just don't know how that would work within the community and the dib system. You know, someone going 24-hour live, but then what if someone else wants to go live? So maybe you guys can tell me how to go about that. So now that I figured out how I can do pre-recorded video on a live, the idea that led to this was the idea of creating a 12-hour loop, a montage or a collection of all of my videos that I already have in my channel. So that way, so like I could go, if I go to bed, I could run that 12-hour loop live throughout the night and not actually have to be live on camera to do a live. So it was that realization that I'm like, I've got it. That is also how I could do a 24-hour live stream at some point, is, you know, be on camera whenever I can, but whenever I have to leave or go somewhere, to just run some of the, whatever pre-recorded video, so at least there's something going on and not just a blank screen. And then when I come back, I can turn off the pre-recorded video and then tune right in. Um, and Gothic King Cobras says, "I'm not sure that's live." Well, it's technically live because it's being broadcast live. I've just, it wouldn't be an on-camera live, of course, but it's a compromise. Viewers prefer authenticity. Well, yeah, I wouldn't hide it. I'd be like, well, I would explain at the beginning. I'm going to do a 24-hour live stream, and of course, I'm not going to be able to be on camera the whole time. So I'm going to try, whenever I can. So whenever I have to go off camera to go leave somewhere, at least I'm going to run, some of my past videos, but it still would be a continuous live, just not live on camera. Because again, being able to do a live on camera, with how busy I am and always having to go or do something every day, it just would not be possible. So this is like the next best step, the next compromise, which I would think overall would be better than nothing at all. But again, my only concern though is the DIB system and doing it and then other people wanting to go live. But with the understanding, I would also say, hey, I'm going to be leaving. Feel free to tune into anyone else out there that's going live. You don't have to stay here the entire time to, to support me or whatever. I'm just going to be running pre-recorded videos that you could already go see from my catalog of videos on my YouTube channel, and then I'll give an estimated time that when I come back, and then take it from there. And with saying at any time, like you can watch more than one person live at a time. I've done that, or you could jump back and forth. There's obviously you could do whatever you want, and no one's required to watch me or not watch me. It's whatever it is. I just don't want to step in any toes or make anyone upset with me if and when I decide to do that. You know what I mean? So working on ways again to be able to do that. And again, it'll be heck of a logistics nightmare, but at least I'm starting to think about, okay, if I would, here's how. And making my list, because I'm very list oriented and write down all my ideas. And I'm not even sure if I would be able to record whatever I'm doing while I'm out there, and then when I get back home, upload it into the computer. Then I could drag that file into the studio and play the video of like, today, this is what I did, or something like that. Or would it even, or could I do two lives at once? Do the live here at home through the studio, and then whenever I do go somewhere, open up another live. I don't know if that would make sense or not, or it again, something to think about. So, and I'm thinking at some point, like, to make it like a 500 subscriber special or 1,000 subscriber special once I reach that point, and start coordinating with everybody and getting, more suggestions and ideas on how to go about it, and then roll with the thunder, and get it going. But also, it's still, even without running the pre-recorded video and it was all on camera, at some point I would have to sleep. So what would you rather watch? Me sleeping, boring, or watch something that's happening? So that's something else to keep in mind. So yeah, that's what I got for that. And what else? I guess Sundays, I mean, Mondays must be slow. So far, we only have 5 watchers. but I appreciate every last one of you, even if it was just one watcher. I am here for you. So, yeah. So, still, of course, working on the Scared Ice vlog. The sooner I can get that done, the better. So that's more stuff that's going to be sucking away at my time. And again, I would have had that done sooner, but every day, get new orders. Got to stop what I'm doing there to make sure I don't fall behind on the orders and get all of that done. All right. And that's all I have to say about that. So, future live stream, a 24-hour live stream, always shoot me ideas on for that, what I could do, the do's and don'ts, what you would like to see, maybe not see, and all that good stuff. And so again, grateful that I'm on the progress that I'm making on my weight loss journey. Today I woke up and didn't really feel hungry, which that also hasn't happened in the past few days. So just gonna power through and have my single big meal for later on. Even if I have my oil cocktail, which I have before every meal at night. 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, a teaspoon of turmeric, and a little bit of chia seeds. Fill it up with a little water to dilute it, mix it, and down it in a shot glass to help prepare that digestive system, get it all lubed up, open up the arteries, and help enhance the metabolism, and then chug down and chow down on the din din. Probably gonna have some chicken and butter garlic salad and all that good stuff. And Zach has now gone live, so we're gonna end it here so we can all flip over and check him out. So make sure to subscribe to The Incredible Impression so you don't miss out on any of his lives or new vlogs. That's right. So once again, thank you very much for joining me here today. I hope you give me some ideas for the 24-hour live stream, and hopefully that'll happen sooner than later. Once I do finish the Scared Ice vlog, I'm going to do a vlog premiere stream and then end it right before doing the vlog premiere. Because last time I did the premiere while also doing the live, but then I realized we could just take the live chat conversation over to the video premiere, and then depending on time and how you guys feel, maybe we'll do the live stream part 2 where we could talk about, like your guys' reaction or thoughts or feedback on the actual vlog. It'll all make sense in the end, but thank you so much, Jenny. It is my pleasure, and thanks for always tuning in, and to all you guys, I love you all. So, I really hope you enjoyed this live, and if you did, then please consider subscribing to the channel for more live streams like this one, and leave me some comments. Give it a thumbs up and share the video. You can also follow me on all of my other social media, as well as visit the Hollywood Toys online store. All the links are in the description box below. And to everyone out there watching, this is Magic Mike reminding you to live for your family and friends, live your best life, and live the movies.